Hello, this is King Kaboobler, and welcome to King Kaboobler Plays Mega Man 6. Today we'll be facing off against the dastardly Blizzard Man. That's right, this kind of action can only be taken in the snowy Alps, where we have seals wearing armor. Actually, don't worry kids, those are actually robotic seals. The faces do look very realistic though. You gotta give Dr. Wily credit. He put a lot of time and effort into making sure that those faces looked real. He does have a small team though. It was part of his team, part of his science team that designed the overall look of the robots, at least some of them anyway. That seal was designed by Jeff. Jeff is one of the guys that was working on the seal model, and he came up with this new kind of skin. It's a synthetic, realistic kind of skin. It looks very, very real upon observation, and that's what it all came down to, Jeff's brilliance. Jeff's brilliance made those seals look very, very real. It's very cold here. Mega Man doesn't feel the cold, so that is very good. Very good for Mega Man. None of these other robots feel the cold either. The only one that actually felt the cold was Jeff. Jeff and a few others on the team. Dr. Wily never actually came down to this base himself. Dr. Wily always likes to leave the coldest of locations to others. Dr. Wily does a lot of hands-on work. He does a lot to keep the place going, puts a lot of money into it. He comes up with pretty much all of the ideas. But he doesn't really go to the cold places all that much. And you can't really blame the guy, you know, he has a team working for him. He sends them off to the places that he doesn't want to go to. And, well, it works just about as well as his attempts do anyway. He did design a few sections of this, though. He had a few ideas, such as this giant robot octopus here. There was a robot octopus in an earlier game, and he wanted to repurpose that design. And he had a few leftover robots, so he decided to use those and basically just copy those for cost-saving measures. Dr. Wily, though, isn't too worried about money these days, so as of making Mega Man 6, he still had that diamond mine that he found back in Mega Man 5 and is still funding his operations, even to this day. He's still finding diamonds in that diamond mine. One day Dr. Wily does think that he will take over the world. Maybe he will. And then he'll die the next day. That's how it'll work for old Dr. Wily. But then he'll just have his consciousness transferred into a robot, and then he'll be Mecha Wily. I suppose Mega Man would just end up defeating him as well. And that would be the last Wily adventure. Except that he had his consciousness put into hundreds of robots all around the world at secret locations. And that would set up the sequel to the next 100 Mega Man games. Thank you. Thank you. That's what Capcom will be saying, you know, now that they have all their story ideas for the next 100 Mega Man games. That's a little too simple, I guess. Back to the snowy Alps. Gotta give it to Jeff. This one puzzle that he came up with, quite ingenious. Those little timer bombs. Of course, you could have just set them to blow up automatically. Created an obstacle that Mega Man can't defeat. Maybe a pit that was so large that even Jet, or a Rush Jet, couldn't get past it. But that's not the Dr. Wily way. Dr. Wily does have a sense of fairness about him. Oh, this guy's just evil. Well, now time to use the blast. The flame blast. This weakness makes sense. The battle in the Alps. Never really did go over his origin here, Blizzard Man's origin. Maybe he doesn't have an origin. Maybe he was just simply built and put out the next day. And that's why he was so easy to beat right now. Not a lot of time or effort went into Blizzard Man. But he does give you the... Let's see what he gives you. The barrier attack. Or the blizzard attack. Which is also kind of like a barrier. Very nice.